third hearing. I'm not sure what's going on, why we can't get it together. So it's one second, I'm trying to pin you. There we go. So probation has indicated that well, you were here on the 6th day of October 2022 for driving under the influence. You were sentenced to 12 months probation. You have 6 days remaining on probation. Your sentence was not told. Says that you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for alcohol and marijuana. You failed to complete an alcohol and drug test. Failed to complete an alcohol and drug evaluation. You failed to provide proof of completing a risk reduction order, risk reduction course as ordered. You failed to complete 40 hours of community service. You failed to do anything, Miss Little. Well, what's going on?
Really, she just did what she wanted to do. And this is how it goes when you fail to hold people accountable. Today, we have a young woman who's almost done with her probation, 6 days left. And she and her attorney, they're trying to avoid jail, but she ended up going anyway. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Your Honor, if I may, I think the confusion, at least with this last bout of probation, was that Miss Little thought that she had No,
Miss Hahn, Miss Little and I have had conversations before. She stood before me. This is her third time. I can't be that dumb, or she can't be that dumb, because I know I speak well enough so that people understand me. I don't even put legalese in it. I break it down so people know exactly what I'm saying. Miss Little has decided she doesn't want to hear what I'm saying, or she doesn't want to understand, because the alcohol is too good to her and the drugs are too good to her. So, unfortunately, I only have 6 days for you to stay in jail.
And my thought is that she served 6 days already since she's been in.
That's if I decide she served 6 days.
I understand, Your Honor.
This whole thing about probation being confusing is a very sorry excuse. Not only did she hear the terms in the court order, but it's also placed in black and white. It's nothing to be confused about. She avoided evaluations because she's smoking and drinking. And then the other court order processes or programs that's supposed to help her, she's failing to participate in that too. 3 times here before the same judge. And they're talking about 6 days. At this point, she should have 6 months.
Because Miss Little is just playing with me at this point. Didn't her daddy come in with her the last time?
Yes, Your Honor.
See, so I remember. I know Miss Little is just playing with me at this point. She got all the good heart, but she can't get my stuff done.
The only thing that I didn't do was the classes, and when I went to see the probation officer, she told me that even if I couldn't finish them by December, I still had to take them because I didn't have a job to pay the $400 or the full $400 to do the courses. But when I was in here last time, my dad had brought the receipt from my evaluation, and he told him to take it to probation services. And I did the 40 hours the first time that I had came.
Where's the proof, ma'am?
They know how to get into celebrity receipts on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, but can't produce their own receipts to cover her own behind.
You didn't prove it, you don't have it. You didn't do it. It's not just do it, it's do it and show proof to probation.
Your Honor, she indicated to me that the person that she did the community service with had told her that she was sending it over, but she understands that she should have followed up to make sure that they received it, or perhaps got it herself.
Hold on, Miss Hunt. Miss Little, how old are you?
24.
Miss Little, you about to mess your whole life up. I'm just saying, because first of all, you can't stay away from alcohol and drugs, which means you have a problem. Second of all, you have a problem of willfulness, because you just gonna decide what you gonna do. You're not gonna listen to me, and I know I speak clearly because, like I said, I don't use a whole lot of legalese, and I tell you point blank period what I want you to do, as the young people say. But you brought your daddy in here, and he cried on your behalf last time, and oh, you know, help her. But you're going to have to help yourself, because you're going to end up back before me. And if it's not me, it's going to be another state court judge. And let me explain to you, I'm the nicest one out there. I meet with all the judges twice a year. We have a conference. And when we start talking about sentencing for things like DUI and messing up, I say, okay, well, I expect somebody to mess up if they have an alcohol problem. So they're going to be back here. So I'm going to try and work with them. You know what my colleagues say? They say 6 months off the bat. You mess up on probation, that's 6 months in jail. They don't care about your daddy coming. They don't care about you crying. They don't care that you're 24. They don't care about any of that. You mess up, 6 months. And that's overall everywhere you go. I am the nicest one. Down the hall, they probably gonna give you 6 months if you mess up on probation. I'm the nicest one. And you have messed up with me and tried to play me 3 times.
Which is why now you should give her 6 months. She's never going to learn. On top of that, her parents, her father, her mother, they're babying her too. She's a grown woman, 24 years old.
This whole, I didn't understand. I thought we were this. I thought, no ma'am. No. I put it in writing. It's in writing. So if you didn't understand, it was in writing. I do that every time I talk. I put it in writing. So if you won't read to understand and you won't ask questions to understand, that means you just want to do what you want to do. And so whatever the sentence is, she gonna spend these next 6 days in jail. What did y'all agree to?
For the balance to be revoked, Your Honor.
Yep, that's it. But I'm not giving credit for time served since lockup. She gonna do 6 days.
Yes.
Don't feel bad for her, Miss Hahn. This is her 3rd time. If she felt bad for herself, she would get it right.
I understand, Your Honor.
You feel worse for her than she does. She gambled and lost. She played me. This is the 3rd time trying to play me. No, ma'am. No. Because what I don't need is you continuing to think that you can get away with something.
So, Your Honor, I guess
She's gonna serve 6 days, and her case will naturally expire.
it is okay.
But what, Miss Hahn?
I was just wondering if today counts as the first day or tomorrow. But the other, Your Honor.
I'm just wondering if this public defender is just as torn up when judges hand over 6 years to her male clients. Look at the reaction to 6 days. I mean, any accountability whatsoever for them is going to have them upset, visibly.
But the other, Your Honor, would you be willing to do 5 days? So Miss Little let me know that today was the day that, so I don't know if Your Honor remembers that part of the concern for her family was that her mother, she cares for her mom.
Yeah, she's a caretaker for her mother. But if that were the case, then she wouldn't be out drinking and doing marijuana, because it would be more important for her to care for her mother.
I understand, Your Honor. I guess just the last part is that she was supposed to today have an appointment to see if she qualifies to be her mother's kidney donor.
Not with alcohol and marijuana in her system. Her mama don't need to be high. Is that kidney gonna be any good?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Reschedule the appointment.
Okay.
They'll reschedule. But what the point I'm making to Miss Little is, you can't help your mama if you can't help yourself. You keep trying to play me.
I'm not trying to play you, Your Honor.
Because I just don't understand how you feel like you didn't understand what I said. And it was in writing. Some people say if you want to hide knowledge from folk, put it in a book. Put it in writing. Because they sure as heck ain't going to read.
I didn't get it in writing until the 30th.
Well,
probation officer.
You could have asked for it. I'm unclear. Before I take this marijuana and this alcohol, let me see what the paper said. All right. So 6 days. I give her credit for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But Miss Little, let me tell you, ma'am. Every time you mess up in Clayton County, you're gonna come back to me. Let's not keep having these conversations, okay? We clear?
Sorry, Your Honor, I had accidentally pressed mute. You can say what you said.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't caught any other charges. This is the only time.
This is the one you keep messing up on. You should have been finished with this. You should have been walking out that door done. Everything complete. You've been here 3 times. You got to try to do that.
Usually when they go to court to avoid punishment, they use their kids as an excuse. I'm assuming she doesn't have any, so she's using her mom as an excuse. Either way, 6 days in jail, really 5. That's nothing compared to what she was told to do. She got around the court order by simply refusing to adhere to it. This rebellious, I'ma do whatever I want to do spirit,
Whatever, I do what I want.
it will show up in many instances in your life. But let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Robert P. I appreciate you, Robert, for all of your support, as well as Donald, Mustafa Priest, Dark Power, and Christian. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.